All right, so I'm going to show you how to import photos into Lightroom. So the first thing you're going to do when you open up Lightroom is you're going to navigate, make sure you're on your library. And when you first plug your SD card in, it might actually automatically pop up that you want to import things, okay? So I'll show you that screen in just a second. So if it doesn't, you're going to hit import, and then this screen will pop up. Okay, so we've got some things to adjust over here. So the first thing is make sure you're on your SD card. So that's titled, it might be no name. Inside that is going to be a folder titled DCIM, and inside that are going to be two folders, 100 Canon and then Canon MSC. We're going to go to the 100 Canon folder. This is where your photos are stored. All right, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to check standard for build previews. And over here, if you already have photos on your card that have already been imported, you're going to check this button, don't import suspected duplicates. And what that does is it grays out the ones that are already showing up on your computer, okay, or into Lightroom, I should say. So I'm just going to uncheck that button for now because I need to import all of these again. So we want to make a second copy to our actual Google Drive. This is going to hopefully save you an extra step of importing them to Drive and then saving them, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to click here and we're going to tell it where to save it to. Our Google Drive, My Drive, look for your Photos folder, your photography class folder, whatever you named it, photo class, photos, whatever, okay? You're gonna open up this folder, and if you're not seeing this like this, you might need to change some things. So if your sidebar isn't showing, you would click here and check show sidebar to get that showing. To click here, you can change all of these things. I like the date last opened. This shows me the last folders that I have opened. You can also change, let's see, either icons or lists or columns. I like columns because it goes through each folder. It's completely up to you. All right, so this is inside my photo class folder. I've already created a composition folder. Let's pretend like this is our shutter speed assignment. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to name it shutter speed and then hit create. And then I'm going to tell it to choose that folder, and this is where these photos are going to land. Okay, so it's adding a second copy to your Google Drive. All right, so we don't want to develop any settings. We do want to add our metadata. So you created your metadata before. If you didn't, you can always come in here and go to new, and then remember in here, this is where you're going to do your basic name, okay, your first and last name, do your camera info. Your copyright is very important. Okay, so IPCT copyright, put your first and last name here. Copyright status, choose copyrighted. Rights usage terms, so you don't need to put any of that. If you have a website, like not a Google site, but a regular site, you can add that. And then you would hit create, okay? Oh, and then when you're in there, you can also up here, name it your first and last name so you know what it is, okay, where it says preset name. That way yours is untitled preset. All right, then you can keyword it. So this was shutter speed, water balloons, right? Anything that will help your images get found on the internet. This is what you would do if you were actually a photographer and people were searching for photos, okay? And then finally, that would be it. So then you're just going to hit import. It's going to make a copy to your Google Drive automatically, hopefully. And then you can go ahead and start editing. You can start flagging and rating your photos. So we're not going to choose every single photo. So I usually do the pick or the flag thing. So I do P for pick and I move to the next one. Do I want this one or not? And X to reject. Okay, so then when I'm done, I'm going to, I would actually do every single photo, right? Like I would come in here and every single, which one do I want to edit? Which one do I not want to edit? Okay, so you need to be very selective because if you're not, what's going to happen is you're going to spend a lot of time editing your photos. You don't want to edit every single photo that you take. Okay, you want to choose the good ones. You want to make sure that they are representing the actual assignment. Okay, so we're just going to pretend like I've gone through every single one. Now what I can do is, if your filter is showing like this, you're going to click on the word filter. It's going to open up, and then I'm going to choose, I want to see only my flagged photos or my picked photos. And what that's going to do, it's going to open up just those ones that I've picked. Okay. Then you're going to go to develop mode up here, the develop module, and then you can start adjusting. I always start with cropping. Okay. So, and this is up to you. So usually do 8x10. We're not going to put you can put them on Instagram, but I am not. Well, just kidding. I might put some of, actually I will put some of yours on Instagram. But if we were to print it, we would obviously want a full size print, which would be like 8x10 or 10x13 or whatever it is. Okay. So after you crop it, so you can crop it here, please try to stick with 8x10. Okay. Then you can come back to the develop, and you can adjust your exposure, all of this right here, okay? So you can go through all of these settings, and then when you're all done, you're going to export your photos, okay? You can also use the remove tool, the spot healing brush tool, all of those, the red eye. This will adjust the background, and you can adjust either the background or just the foreground, depending on what you're looking for, okay? So we're all done editing. Now we're going to export. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all of our images. So I'm going to select the first one and do Command A to select all. And then I'm going to go to File, and then I'm going to go to Export, and I'm going to tell it where to export. So we're going to change it from desktop to specific folder. We're going to click on Choose. We're going to locate our Google Drive. We're going to locate, oops, you might have to keep going through that process. Don't double click, just click one time. Again, you're going to look for your photo class folder or whatever it is you named it. We're going to open up that shutter speed folder that we saved our imports to. And inside there, we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to name it Edits. Okay, so we have one that's titled Imported with our original files with all of our images, and then we have just our edited files here, okay? And then we're going to hit choose. You're going to rename your files to whatever, to custom name, and we're going to name this your first initial, last name, underscore, whatever the assignment was called. So this was shutter speed, okay? And then scroll down, everything else can... That's new. We want to include our metadata. We don't need the person's info, and we can remove the location. And then you're just going to hit export. This is your export dialog. It tells you when it's done. Then it's safe to close out Lightroom. And yes, I want to quit. And then you can jump into your actual Google Drive. Let's see. And go to My Drive and look for that photo class folder that you created. Go to your shutter speed. Now I have an edits folder with my 4 edits. Oh, you might have a subfolder titled untitled export. You can choose in Lightroom, you can choose to not put it in a subfolder, and I missed that. And then these are all of your imports, right? These are all the ones I did not edit. Okay, so you do have them for later if you want to ever go back. But I just want to see your edits, okay? So what you're going to do now is you're going to share this link with me. So you're going to click on this link, or on these 3 dots, and you're going to go to share. You're going to click on share. You're going to change the access from restricted to anyone with the link, and you're going to copy that link and add it to the assignment, okay? So when you go to add, you'll go link and then paste that link into the assignment.